friends, welcome back to my channel where we talk all things food and fitness. As I am filming this video, as of yesterday, all the gyms in the UK were forced to shut. And that means that a lot of personal trainers are now shifting to home workout plans and online training and offering sort of programs focusing on you working out from home. So in light of this, I thought this would be a really good time for me to share my experience of having an online personal trainer, including the pros and cons, so you can make an informed decision if you're thinking of hiring a personal trainer and purchasing an online plan. So without further ado, I will go through my 5 pros and 5 cons of having an online personal trainer. I just want to say this was just based off my experience, and some of the points that I make might not apply to all of them. Please use your own judgment. This is just my opinion and yeah, the pros and cons that I experienced. So I will start with the positives, and one of the main positives that came out of having an online trainer is that I learned to eat more. So for me, my personal trainer set me both a training and nutrition plan, and she started my calories a lot higher than what I was eating previously. At first it was a struggle, and I struggled to get all that food in, but now I cannot imagine not eating that many calories. I saw a massive change in my performance in the gym. I found that I had a lot more energy generally because I had more calories. And at first, I'll admit, I was really scared to eat that much because I thought I was going to gain weight. I did lose weight at a slower rate, but I found overall having so much more energy and being able to put more effort into the gym outweighed the slow weight loss. So now I'm in a position where I can easily consume those calories and still be losing weight, which is amazing because I get to eat more food. Like, who doesn't want to eat more food? I think having somebody else control your calories for you can be great, because I think sometimes we have a mental number in our head that we're used to eating, and having someone break down those barriers and get you eating more is amazing, and I honestly wouldn't go back. So that was one key positive that came out of having a professional work with me to sort of reorganize my thoughts surrounding nutrition and get me eating more to fuel my workouts. So number 2 is that you can just rock up to the gym with your workout already written for you and you don't have to think about it. For a lot of people who maybe aren't as experienced in the gym, they turn up and they know kind of what they want to do, but they're not sure which exercises to do, which to do in combination. And the positive is, after a long day at work, when I just want to go to the gym and do my workout, I can just open up my phone and my plan is there for me. So that was a really great time saver of me having to write my own workouts, and I had it there in front of me with the sets and the reps, and I could just go to the gym and get a really good workout without having to do any of the thinking. In addition to that, one other pro was that my personal trainer got me to try new exercises that maybe I'd never done before, or doing a exercise in a different way, if that makes sense. So if you're somebody who is used to going to the gym and you're able to just say go and do a leg day, you might do squats, you might do lunging, you might go in the leg press, then you might go in the leg curl, and you'll find that you'll tend to do the same exercises over and over and over again, and it can get pretty boring. So it's really great to have a personal trainer who gives you a plan, mixes things up for you, gets you trying new exercises, and they're the ones that burn because they're the ones that your muscles aren't used to. And it's just spicing up your exercise routine to keep you motivated and engaged, which is amazing. Number 4 is that it is somebody to keep you accountable. So like me, I am quite experienced in the gym. I am a meal planner, I'm an organizer. I love reading and learning about nutrition and fitness, and people always say to me, why do you need a personal trainer? Like, you can do this yourself, you don't need somebody to do this for you. But having somebody who keeps me in check, keeps me accountable, gets me motivated, pulls me back up when maybe my results aren't what I wanted, and it's just somebody that you can check in with every week, and it keeps you pushing and pushing and pushing, because at the end of the day you've got someone to answer to at the end of that week when you've got to do your check-in and you are sending your pictures and your weight and your measurement. Having someone almost checking up on me is what kept me in line, because I knew that not only would I be disappointed at the end of the week, that my trainer would be disappointed that I've not kept on track. So really great to have somebody keeping you accountable and also someone to talk to when things get difficult, because let's be honest, we can't all stay on plan all the time. It is someone great to message and say, hey, do you know what, I'm having a really bad day and I want to demolish all the chocolate in the cupboard, and they can rein you back in, remind you what your goals are, remind you why you're doing this, and just keep you accountable overall for your own health and fitness journey. Finally, pro number 5 is that sometimes your personal trainer can see something that you can't. And what I mean by this is, when I was submitting my results, to me it seemed like not much change had taken place. I couldn't see any of the inches that I'd lost, and because it was a slow process, I was really hard on myself and I felt like I wasn't making any progress whatsoever. It was great to have my personal trainer there being, hey, look, you've lost this weight, you've lost these inches, look, your glutes have lifted, your waist has come in, your back looks more sculpted. And just having somebody there to point out the positives and the changes that maybe you don't see in yourself was again another great motivator, and it made me think, actually, yes, I can see those changes, and although it might be taking a long time to get there, regardless, those changes are taking place. So your personal trainer can be really great for seeing the difference in your body that maybe we don't see ourselves. And I think it's sometimes because we see ourselves every single day, it can be really difficult to see those minor changes that our bodies are making. So having them keep you accountable, and also them being able to say, hey, stop being so hard on yourself, you look amazing, is really positive and really keeps you going when you're struggling to keep on track with the plan. So that is all the pros of having an online personal trainer. So now let's talk about the cons. Con number 1, because you are working with your personal trainer online, so for me, I kept in contact with my personal trainer via WhatsApp, it is really difficult to build a relationship and a rapport with that person, because you're not necessarily training with them and seeing them every week, and it's just a case of communicating with them maybe when you're doing a check-in and things like that. I found it personally really difficult to build that relationship and to feel like they had a good understanding of me, the way my body works and things like that. If you're somebody who needs that constant prompting and that good communication with your personal trainer, make sure you communicate that to them from the outset. They will know then to not just do a weekly check-in, but maybe check in with you throughout the week, ensure that you're still on plan. Hopefully over time you can start to build a better relationship with them and they can get to know you a bit better. Again, learning how you like to train, how you like to eat and things like that is really important to give them a good understanding for the plans that they are setting you. So I would say not having a face-to-face relationship was difficult for me. It might be fine for other people, but I did really struggle to build that relationship with my trainer. Off the back of that, con number 2 is that I felt, because I didn't have that relationship and that face-to-face with my personal trainer, that they didn't know my body very well. I've been in a relationship with my body for 28 years and I feel like I know it pretty well. So although I was maybe under eating, I had a good understanding of the types of foods that my body responded to. My personal trainer started me on quite a high carb macro split and my body just doesn't respond to that. I gave it a go for a little while and then had to communicate to her that I think we need to drop the carbs and maybe adjust my macros. So when they're not seeing you on a week-to-week basis and knowing how you feel and how you're reacting, your energy levels are like, what your training is like, because they're not seeing you train, you really do have to communicate this to them so they get a better understanding of how you feel, and then they can adjust the plan then to suit your body. You know your body better than anybody else, so you need to tell your personal trainer if things need adjusting. Con number 3 was the style of training. So I've worked with different personal trainers in the past and I have gained a good understanding of the types of training that I enjoy. The training plan that I received, there was absolutely nothing wrong with it, but it's just not what I personally enjoyed. So there was lots of sets, lots of reps, whereas I was more used to strength training and doing sort of lower sets, drop sets and things like that, and increasing the weight. But I found that when I was doing higher sets and higher reps, I couldn't push towards those higher weights. So that was just a personal preference thing, and again, it's all about communication and speaking to your trainer about that as well. You need to come to sort of an agreement with your personal trainer what kind of training style that you enjoy, Obviously, you're the one that's going into the gym, doing the hard work, also paying for this plan, so it needs to be enjoyable for it to be sustainable. So if there's a type of training that you like, let them know. If the training plan that they give you isn't working for you and you're not enjoying it, again, let them know and come to some kind of compromise so it's enjoyable, whilst also seeing the results that you're looking for. On number 4 is that I had to do weekly check-ins, and I completely understand that these were really important to see my progress each week so that any plans could be adjusted. However, it is very difficult to take a picture of yourself if you're home alone. And equally, if your husband is not an early riser, it can be very difficult to get him out of bed to take the picture before you eat anything in the morning. So weighing myself is fine, I could do most of the measurements myself, but actually getting somebody to take the pictures for you can be tricky. If you need assistance, which probably most of us do in taking these pictures, then really have a think about how you're going to achieve that and have a chat with your personal trainer. If you live alone, you might have to take a selfie in the mirror, but it's just something to bear in mind because it's probably not something that I would have thought of. But yeah, you're gonna have to take pictures. You might need somebody to help you. So think about those weekly check-ins, when they will be, and what is the best way that you can get those across to your personal trainer. Finally, con number 5, and again, this is just my personal opinion. I felt that the online personal training plan was quite expensive for what it was. I chose to do an 8-week program which included nutrition and training, and it was £90 for 4 weeks. So in total, during 8 weeks, I paid £180. So for that, I got a 1 to 4 week training plan and then a 4 to 8 week training plan. Obviously, your personal trainer will look at your weekly progress and make changes, but for me there wasn't actually that many changes apart from I think we dropped my calories a couple of times and increased my cardio because we didn't want to drop my calories any lower. Personally, I only communicated with my personal trainer once a week. Maybe that was my fault, maybe I should have taken advantage of the service a bit more. But looking back, considering you are not actually training with that person and they're just sending you a plan for the 4 weeks, I think it is quite expensive. I did do my research and the price was in line with other personal trainers, so that's fine. But for me personally, I felt like it was a little bit on the pricey side. There are my pros and cons for having an online personal trainer. I hope you found this information useful. And a lot of personal trainers now on Instagram are trying to promote online training and home workouts, as currently all the gyms are shut and we're having to work out from home. Hopefully this will give you a better idea of what having an online personal trainer is like before you part with that money for your plan. I have done a previous video about my experience, so I will link that down below and hopefully that will give you a bit more information as well. As I'm going to have a bit more free time on my hands as I'm working from home and we can't really go out, I'm going to be sharing more of the workouts that I'm doing at home as well. Obviously, I am not a qualified personal trainer. If personalised training is what you want, then I strongly advise you going and seeking a personal trainer and purchasing a plan. But you can use some of the things that I'm doing at home as a guide to help you or to get you started. But that is it from me for today. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and also head over to my Instagram because I'm going to be posting more recipes, workouts and things like that to keep us motivated during this time over on there. Please stay safe, my friends, and I really hope you and your family are well during this time. Health and fitness is a big part of a lot of our lives and there is nothing to stop us continuing that. We've just got to stay motivated, get a good routine and continue to train and eat healthy until this thing blows over. Until next time, I will see you in my next video. Stay safe and I will see you all very soon.